Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at each personal month forecast for the month of May 2023. And this will include the forecast for the full moon as well as the new moon. And that full moon that we have at the beginning of the month on the 5th is a full moon lunar eclipse. So it's a big one. Before we get into the forecast, this, of course, is a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading where we'll take a deep dive into your own personal numerology, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below, and you can get an idea for the services that I offer and what might align with your current needs. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. Now, May 2023 is a 3 universal month. Okay, what that means is that basically collectively we're all going to sort of be feeling the energy of the 3. And what that could bring about is sort of more focused energy on communication, how we communicate, how we sort of share our stories, our words, right? The spoken word. We, of course, have a Mercury retrograde at the beginning of the month and through the mid-month. So, communication might be a little bit off. So where it's showing us that, where there might be some sort of glitches is sort of showing us where we might need some additional work, right? So in other words, the energy of the 3, if there's miscommunication, if there's a breakdown in communication, this energy is going to assist us in recognizing that and trying to do better, right? It's not always about how we feel we need to express ourselves, but also taking into consideration how that expression might land for others and what is more easily digestible and what isn't, right? And so if we want to get our message across, we have to take into consideration others and sort of how they receive that information, right? We don't have control over that, but we certainly have control over the intention behind our communication, our written, our spoken word. And, if that's coming from a place of vengeance or hatred or ugliness, right? Or the need to be right, that's going to land a lot differently than if it's coming from a place of an open heart and one of just genuineness, right? Like genuinely just trying to get your message across in a kind and compassionate way. So that can be coming into the forefront this month as well. This can also be a very social time. So you may see your social calendar light up this month collectively, right? Or we might collectively see that. You might see things sort of pick up, the pace pick up a bit. 3 energy is big energy. It wants to be seen and heard and experienced. So anywhere within your life where you might be making yourself small, you could see sort of this energy light that area up and ask you to step out into the spotlight a bit more, ask you to, again, express yourself in an authentic, beautiful way. That feels true for you, right? And so again, you might see the opportunities for collaboration, networking come into play. It's up to you whether you say yes to those invitations or not, but this is a great time to meet new people, meet new friends, significant others, or business partners, right? People who will help you to get your message across on a bigger platform. When we work together and work with others, we often, of course, there's greater energy behind whatever that is. And so that helps us to again, get that message out in a bigger, more expansive way. So big, big energy this month, the month of May collectively. Again, 3 energy wants to be seen, expressed, and experienced, right? So anywhere that you've been sort of making yourself small or trying to hide in the shadows, this energy is going to sort of push you outside your comfort zone a little bit so that you can be seen, so that you can share your gifts, so that you can sit, find your rightful place at the table, sit there and feel confident there, own that space. So 3 energy doesn't allow us or doesn't want us to minimize who we are. It wants us to express who we are and do that in a kind, compassionate way where we're not trying to take somebody else's spotlight away from them, because there's room on the stage for everyone. So beautiful, beautiful energy this month with that 3 energy. Again, it's what we do with it, but I love to see this. This is a very collaborative, coming together, working together, sharing ideas type of energy. And so when we can do that in a harmonious, sort of beautiful way, the rewards are great. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at each personal month and how these energies could be affecting you as we move through May. Personal month 7. So if May is ushering in a personal month 7 for you, then this could be an interesting month. This could be a month where the veil is sort of thinner, where deep insights about self, greater self-awareness, greater self-realizations could come in for you this month. Again, the veil is sort of thinner with 7 energy. And so you might get deeper insights. You might open up to some of your more psychic gifts. Your clairs might open. Or you just might find that you just feel more intuitive, that you just feel this inner knowing of where you want to go, what you want to do, who you want to be in this world, which of course is always evolving and always changing, but you could just gain those deeper insights this month. And then of course it's going to be, what are you going to do with them? But this can definitely be a beautiful month for, again, self-awareness, self-realization, more contemplation. Maybe you might need some more time in solitude, time alone to really kind of work through some of the more deeper thoughts or belief systems that have kind of been moving through the mind, to move through them, work through them, and to, put them in their rightful place, whatever that means for you. But this can definitely be a month for potentially soul searching. So you might have some things present themselves to you, or some people present themselves to you that sort of triggers something deeper within you for greater exploration. And again, that can come through your dreams, that can come through what someone says to you, that can come through an interaction, or just a desire to get to know this side of yourself better, whatever this side is. 7 energy can also bring up about holistic health. So there might be solutions that come in for you now around health issues, where there's a disconnect spiritually, holistically, body, mind, spirit. You could see opportunities for reconnection come in this month. Now, of course, you have to be the one to take the initiative. You have to be the one to say, okay, I get it. And now what do I need to do to reconnect? And that's going to be unique for every person. So that's why sort of that self-reflection comes in so strongly. This can also be a month for truths coming to the surface. So you may have to dig a little bit deeper to gain that truth or that wisdom or that knowledge. But this is an opportunity for you to see things more clearly about something. So some kind of truth coming in, or you getting to the truth of the matter, whether that's your own truth or the truth of somebody else or a fact or whatever the case may be. So the 7 energy sort of brings that deeper desire to dive more deeply into the psyche of self or others. Now we have a full moon lunar eclipse that's occurring on the 5th. This is a fated moment. This is a sort of a non-negotiable unfolding, so to speak. And so anytime we have an eclipse, it's the beginning of a storyline, right? That can unfold over the next 3 to 6 months or the next year. And again, it's a fated event. There's something destined about this unfolding. And so typically we don't see everything just, come out into the open the day of the eclipse, but we have a pretty good understanding of what the theme is going to be, right? What the storyline is going to be. So it's very likely that you'll get a deeper insight into that, and then you'll see things progressively unfold over the next up to a year, right? For you all, where sort of the focus is going to be placed, or where that pressure is going to be placed, is more than likely going to be around 6 energy. That's the energy that you all are working with at the time of this eclipse. And so this is bringing into focus love, unconditional love, how we show up to love, how we receive love, what we accept when it comes to love, right? Sort of our expectations, nurturing, how we nurture self, how we nurture others, how we set healthy boundaries and communicate those healthy boundaries, because it's the communication and the setting and holding of those healthy boundaries that helps to strengthen relationships, right? Or to see where a relationship's not working and maybe no longer needs to be a part of the storyline. This can bring into focus changes within the home, somebody moving in, somebody moving out, somebody passing on, and then a new birth coming in type thing. That's very possible, especially working under a 7 cycle. And a lot of times where you would see that sort of happen would be a grandparent passes on and a new baby is born type thing. So like change in that energy type thing. You could see a new pet come into your experience over the next, say, 6 months to a year. You could see finances change within the home or how they affect the home. So a partner or you or somebody might get a change in their job or, again, finances, which could affect the home. Or you might, right? Like you might start working from the home or working outside of the home, start your own business within the home. Any business that's related to the home at this time will be very supported. So if you have your own business and work from home, or if you work for another from home, you could see some changes to your finances with that. Or anyone who's in like a caretaking type of business could see some major transformations around that at this time and sort of unfolding. You could, under this cycle, absolutely meet the love of your life or meet a very strong soul contract who is going to transform your life in some way, right? That's helping you to evolve. That is very possible for someone who has 6 energy at the time of an eclipse. Again, destined, fated energy. So you could see relationships fall away now, but then you would also see relationships come in to sort of take that place that are much more aligned with where you're at on your journey. So that's very, very possible under this eclipse energy for you all. Pay attention to that. Also, you could see children come into play, right? So you could find out you're pregnant or start to have that serious conversation about having children or adopting. You could give birth during this period of time. Again, expanding the home. You could see that a parent or a loved one, again, sort of need your assistance more during this time. And so you might sort of feel this push-pull energy of figuring out how to balance that, right? So it might be that one of your parents needs caretaking during this period. And that, of course, requires some kind of shift in responsibilities. That could be possible. Or it could be some kind of financial help that somebody needs that's very close to you. And you just need to figure out, are you giving, are you doing from a place of your heart center with gratitude for the opportunity and the ability to be able to do so? Or are you giving out of obligation, which creates a totally different vibration? So you just need to check in with yourself and see, am I capable of showing up in this way? Body, mind, spirit. If I'm not, I need to be very honest with myself and others about that, because that will create resentment, burden, etc., which again creates a totally different experience, right? And a totally different vibration. The vibration of the 6 is always going to ask us to step into the vibration of love. Anything outside of that, we will face challenges around, right? There will be some kind of lower vibration that kind of pulls us down, that creates challenges to help us to move back up. So just pay attention to all those things. Check in with yourself. You're in the driver's seat with this. And sort of being guided by the divine intervention that comes through in these destined moments. Now, on the 19th or the 20th, depending on where you live within the world, we have a new moon. So initiations, new starts, setting new intentions, setting your sights on the next journey, the next path, the next adventure. For you all, this is bringing in the energy of the 2 and the 3. So this is very much about collaboration, working with others, communication, communicating with others, how you communicate, how you share your story, and how you listen to the story of others. Absolutely, with 2 and 3 energy, and remember we're in the 2 umbrella energy collectively. A 3 umbrella energy collectively this month. There's a lot here for new connections, meeting new people, collaborating, bringing people together, coming together with others, balance, mending, healing. Again, I come back to communication. This is a very strong how you use the written spoken word. Are you using it to uplift, inspire, empower, or are you using it to disempower or cut down or to control? No judgment, but just be very aware of that, because if it's, again, remember, 6 vibration is going to ask for integrity, for love, for compassion, for understanding, for doing things at a higher octave. So anything that we do that's a lower octave will come boomeranging back for us to adjust. So again, under this new moon could very well, for those of you who are in the 7 cycle, meet new people or people from the past coming in who are now sort of presenting in a different way that's much more aligned with where you both are at on the journey, right? And so again, communication and potentially collaborating or healing. And this can also be done energetically. So if it's a situation where it doesn't make sense to do it in the physical, it could be that there's some healing that needs to take place energetically, right? Also, creative energy is flowing this month for you all, especially around this new moon with that 3 energy. So it is very possible that the people will come in who have the strengths where you might have limitations that can help you to create whatever it is that you're trying to create at this time. So absolutely pay attention to, because remember, you're in a 7 cycle, so you're getting those higher sort of intuitive downloads, those inspirations from the unseen, and you're meant to turn them into something tangible, practical, right? The 7 is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. So the intangible and the tangible. And so there's something here where you are meant to work with others or bring people together through your creativity, right? You're either meant to create with others or, and that could quite literally be, creating a baby and having a baby, especially with an eclipse happening with 6 energy. But around this new moon, there's either something about you working with and creating with another, sharing ideas, or just you creating something that will help bring people together is very, very possible under this energy. So, and I would also say, pay attention to communication and how you communicate with others. Because remember, 2 energy is looking to bring people together. It's looking for harmony, balance, healing. So are your words, communication, 3 energy, working to bring people together or pull them apart? Is it more inclusive or is it more about separation? So just be very mindful of that around this new moon, because, it's sort of like that energy of like, well, if you make the bed, you have to lay in it type thing, right? So anywho, but yeah, beautiful energy for you all. A lot coming up around, like kind of merging and bringing together and being the bridge and communication and family and love and reconnection or connection, right? Seeing where something's disconnected and then reconnecting it. And you're going to probably be a big player in that, right? So beautiful energy overall. If you are in a personal month 7, I think this could be a big year or a big month for you that is going to initiate some things that'll unfold quite significantly over the next 6 months to a year. So I hope it's a beautiful period for you all. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.